JP Ude and the Adamson squad as they go head-to-head today. NUNS Lady Bullpups. And so far, what an action-packed game we are having here in our first game in our final series. Celine Marsh and Shaina Nitura really picking up the pace and making things happen for both their squads here. And it was a first two sets dominated by NUNS, but let's see how NU will try to answer back here as we open set number 3 with a serve here by Faye Sagaysay. And that was by Lisan with a first ball. Marsh was blocked by Adamson there. Marsh will try again with a softer tip, and that would work for Celine Marsh. She is continuing her momentum from that second set. She is by far the top scorer here for NU in that second set, and she is not yet done here as Karil Miranda will give it another go at the service line here. She has been the playmaker of NUNS here for season 86 and really maximizing all her attackers. And Shaina Nitura, even from behind, will score for Adamson. And early on, we are at a deadlock here. 1-1 is our score. Again, just like those first two sets, both teams really not letting this game go easily for their opponents here. Sam Cantada there with that serve. Celine Marsh with that off-the-block attack. Breaking down the wall in front of her and scoring for NUNS. And those first 2 points will be because of this girl, Celine Marsh. Really some sense of urgency here from NUNS as they are up by 1 here, 2 serving 1. Celine Marsh sends this ball in. Sagaysay sets it quick to Del Moral, but a little too aggressive there. And attack will go out, and a free point for NU here. And NUNS, unlike those first 2 sets, are up in an early lead here. Again, we are sensing more urgency from the Lady Bullpups. After all, they are down by 2 sets already. In the meantime, Shaina Nitura with that attack will still score for Adamson. This girl continues to deliver for Adamson here, even with this great attack there. No blockers in front of her, and finding that hole on the backcourt of NU. In the meantime, MG Del Moral, again, one of the senior players here, will send this ball in. Dug up by NU. Dailisan was blocked by Tudao. Dailisan will try again. And those second chance attacks are working for NU here. Great adjustment from their outside hitters. After that one failed attempt, they are not letting this stop them and still continue to score for NU. And in the meantime, Robbie Celia is at the service line here. 4-2 is our score. And NU really picking up the pace much more stronger here, but Shaina Nitura is not yet done here for Adamson. Continues to score here as their team captain. And after all, she transferred to Adamson from the vaunted California Precision Sports School and switched positions after consulting with JP Ude there. And that ball will go outside, and another point for NUNS. And I was talking about Shaina a while ago, and in her interview earlier, she really did say so much is at stake for her team. On the other side of the court, Kia Nolango, who is also the team captain and a graduating player for NU, is also looking forward and making the most here. And Dailisan, unfortunately, that attack will go straight to the net there. And Adamson slowly closing down the gap here. 4-5 is our score. They are now only down by 1. Sam Cantado, one of the top consistent players here for Adamson, and Miranda sets it back to Dailisan, but a little too aggressive there. And just like that, Adamson Adamson will erase back that early lead by NU, and that would be the cue for Coach Norman to call on a challenge here. Again, we are implementing a challenge system ready for our finals. That challenge was a block touch in that recent play. In this challenge system, just like in our collegiate sports, same rules, 2 challenges, only 2 unsuccessful challenges are allowed. And so far, while waiting for the results of the challenge, Coach Norman Miguel giving some of his final reminders here for his girls. And let's take a look at the results of our challenge. They are calling on for a block touch. And there was no block touch called. And so that would be 1 unsuccessful challenge there for Coach Norman and NU. Only 1 left here for the NUNS. As we are at another deadlock here in our set number 3. 5-all is our score. Luis Tudao, Shaina Nitura, and the rest of the Adamson and Lady Baby Falcons are up by 2 sets already. Unfortunately, that serve will sail outside, and NUNS will have another chance here at the service line, and Denday Lisan, their outside hitter, will return to serve here. She is also one of the go-to players for NU so far, not just in today's game, but all throughout the season. Cepada with that great dig, and a chance here for Adamson. They go to Tudao, and the middle blocker finishes that rally. Luis Tudao, really the lone middle blocker contributing for Adamson today. Great angles of attack there, great anticipation in the blockers in front of her, as we are at another deadlock. 6-all is our score. Pineda to Marsh, but dug up by Segi. That was Tagaysay with a 1-2 play there, but ball is still alive. Nitura will give it back to Cantada, and ball is still alive here. Marsh will give it another go. Nitura with that up the ball. Cantada trying for that soft tip. Unfortunately, did not go over there. And great coverage, by the way, by NUNS. So JP Yuda telling Sam it's all right. After all, they are only down by 1 here. And serving for the Bulldogs is Bien Bansil, also one of their middle blockers for season 86. Nitura with a first ball, and MG Del Moral will score right away for Adamson. Really not letting NU and their lead get any bigger. Really great angle there by the middle blocker, MG Del Moral. And Faye Tagaysay will send this ball in. So far, great sets, maximizing her middle blockers as well. And Shaina Nitura will set it to Segi, but Celia and Marsh were there. Cepada 1-2 play there by Miranda, but dug up by Adamson. And ball is still alive. Marsh will try to put an end on it. And Sadine Marsh finally scores another one for NU. NUNS regains back their momentum. And so far, just like those first 2 sets, our third set is really intense. Both teams really putting up a fight here, not letting the lead grow any bigger. 8-7 is our score. Again, we are at our finals game 1, and this is the 3rd season Adamson goes head-to-head with NUNS. So very much familiar faces as well, and so much to look out for in today's game. Sam Cantada with a running attack, but our linesman said it's outside, and NUNS now at a 2-point lead there. What a run so far by NUNS. These errors by Adamson is really slowing them down so far. And NU trying to be more composed here. After all, they are down by 2 sets. Karil Miranda with that serve. Tagaysay will set it to Shaina from behind. But Marsh was there. Olango will give it another go. And Kian Olango, finally, we hear from the team captain in this third set. And Kian, after that great execution there off the speed attack, waiting for the blockers in front of her to go down. And that would bring NUNS now to a 3-point lead. Karil Miranda and the rest of the Lady Bullpups really showing more sense of urgency here in our third set. They are at a 3-point lead now. Celine Mars was blocked by Del Moral, but coverage was there. Olango will give another go. Great coverage from both teams. Dailisan to Miranda to Marsh, but solid block there by Sagaysay and Del Moral, really denying these attacks from NU. Let's take a look at this replay. Celine Marsh really wanting to get that attack in, but great effort there by the blockers of Adamson, and that miscommunication will bring Adamson closing down the deficit to 2 points now. Sharp serve there by Adamson. Marsh will give it another go, but Sagaysay was there. Nitura down the line, answers back for Adamson, and they are now only down by 1 after this great attack there. What a finish. Swift attack there by the team captain. Sam Cantada is still serving here for Adamson. The first 2 sets were in their favor. In the meantime, NUNS still not letting this game go. And talk about that spirit. Celine Mars will score for NUNS there. And this is that replay of a connection between Miranda and Mars, really finishing off that point and bringing back NU's 2-point lead now. And fresh from that play, Celine Marsh will give it a go here to serve. Nitura with that first ball, Sagaysay to Del Moral, but dug up by Celia. Nitura with that off-the-speed attack. Olango will give it a try. Great coverage again from both teams. Miranda with that first ball. Broken play here and a chance for Adamson. Sagaysay will give it to Nitura, and that soft tip will score for Adamson. Shaina Nitura still continues and is still not getting tired from Adamson. Those first 2 steps were in their favor after all, and momentum continues in their favor as they are now only down by 1. And MG Del Moral is at the service line along with Faye Sagaysay, and Shaina Nitura will be graduating this season. Unfortunately, that service error will put a stop again in their run. And Coach JB Uda wants to give some reminders after those errors. They are really costing them, and no room for mistakes here in our finals game 1 as Robbie Celia sends this shot serve, and a serve save for NUNS. And just like that, they are back to their 3-point lead. What a serve there with the help of that net. And an easy point there for NUNS. And Robbie Celia will give it another chance here to serve. Robbie will send this ball in. Sam Cantada with our first ball. Sagaysay to Nitura. Dug up by Marsh. This time, Dailisan from the outside, but the blockers were there. Olango from the opposite. Dug up by Cantada. Nitura will give it another go. And of course, Shaina Nitura will score for Adamson. Not letting NU's lead go any bigger here in our third set. After all, momentum is in their favor as those first 2 sets were in their favor. So they really want to keep that run here. Meanwhile, Miranda will set it to Olango with a 1-2 play there, but well read by Adamson. Marsh with that first ball, Dailisan. This time scores for NU, and NU is back with its 4-point lead. Great connection there. Miranda saw Dailisan, and Dailisan really making the most out of that great set there. And Kian Olango will return to serve here for NU. Nitura with a first ball. Sagaysay to Nitura again. Shaina Nitura with her variations in attack continue to make things happen for Adamson. Even though they are down by 2 points here, fighting spirit lives on. Again, Adamson versus NUNS. Finals game 1. And we want to thank those tuning in through our Filipinos Live app, available for Filipinos everywhere. In the meantime, that attack from the Ilisan will sail outside. And NUNS now only 1 point behind from NU. And Shaina Nitura is still serving here for Adamson. Dailisan with a first ball. Miranda will set it back to Dailisan. Then Dailisan answers right away for NU there, regaining back their 2-point lead. Again, they don't want to make the same mistakes they did in those first 2 sets, and they let these leads just go, and so they really want to hold on tight and minimize their errors from those first 2 sets. Meanwhile, Sagaysay will set it to Nitura, but Bansil was there. Bansil with that attack, dug up by Adamson. Cantada will give it another go. This time, Marsh from the NU side, but great coverage and anticipation from both our teams as ball is still alive. Marsh will put an end on it, but Adamson with that great coverage, unfortunately, the ball will not go over the net there. And 16-13 is our score after this strong kill there by our season 85 second best outside hitter, Celine Marsh. 16 serving 13. Dailisan is still serving for NU. They are up by 3 here. Cepada with our first ball. Olango will give it a go. A solid block rejection there by Luris Sudao. That was a one-man block there, and Luris Sudao denying that attack. Great anticipation, perfect elevation, and she will serve this ball in. Miranda sets it to Marsh, but Nitura was there. Sagaysay sets it back to Nitura, and down the line, Shaina Nitura adds another score there for her team. 15-16. They are now only down by 1. Let's take a look at this recent attack by the team captain. It's from behind and found that perfect spot at the backcourt of NU. And Coach Norman Miguel and the rest of NU will call on the timeout. 15-16 is our score. And of course, some players of Adamson in attendance, showing that soaring Falcon spirit here. And after all, their squad is at a 12-0 record. They want to keep it clean and spotless. But in the meantime, our first 2 sets were in favor of Adamson. But in our set number 3, they are currently at a deficit here. 17-15, and NUNS scoring fresh from that timeout called by Coach Norman a while ago. And Bien Bansil will extend this ball in. Sagaysay sets it quick to Del Moral. Battle of the net there. Ball is still alive. Dailisan sets it to Marsh. Solid block there. Del Moral tries to send the ball over. And a chance here for NU now. Celia with that quick tip. Well read by Adamson. Nitura from behind goes a little too strong there, and NUNS scoring 2 points right away after that timeout. And so far they are now up by 3 points. They don't want to let this lead be erased by Adamson, just like in those first 2 sets. 15-18 is our score, and Bien Bansil sends that ball in. Sagaysay sets it to Sam Cantada. And this time, Olango from behind, but dug up by Adamson. Sagaysay gives it back to Cantada. And Sam Cantada has been quiet for quite some time, but she is back and scoring for Adamson here after this recent attack. Despite those two blockers in front of her, this rookie remains unfazed and continue to make things happen here for Adamson. They are now only down by 2 here. Meanwhile, Miranda sets it to Marsh, but blocked there by Adamson. NU will try again, and Celine Marsh continues to deliver for NU, bringing back their 3-point lead here after that effortless finish there by Celine Marsh. Really picking up the pace here. More sense of urgency for NU from those first 2 sets. After all, they are now up by 3 here in our set number 3. Miranda sends that ball in. Sagaysay sets it to Segi, but dug up by Cepada. This time Sagaysay gives it to Nitura. Ball is still alive, another rally. Celine Marsh tries to finish it, but goes a little too aggressive there, and the tap will go outside. Adamson has to serve now. They are down by 2. And Sam Cantata, one of the go-to players for the San Marcelino squad in today's game. And so far, she has also been playing quality minutes all throughout season 86. Segi with our first ball. Nitura with that strong attack there. Unfortunately, that regalo will work for Adamson. Saina Nitura talking to her teammates, keeping up the morale here. After all, they are now only down by 1. And this team captain is really setting an example in terms, not just in terms of points, but also in morale. And we love to see more of that. In the meantime, Celine Marsh, speaking of morale, this girl is not getting tired just yet and continues to pick up the pace for NU, stopping that run by Adamson right away. And Celine Marsh really doing big things for NU in today's game. They are up by 2 here, and she will send this ball in. Sagaysay this time sets it to Nitura. And of course, Saina Nitura, quick answer back there. Again, really not letting her run here from NU. Both our teams putting up the heart and the grit in our games. After all, we are at finals game 1, and we can definitely feel the atmosphere, the emotions, and the adrenaline here in the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center in San Juan. This time, Miranda sets it to Dailisan, but dug up by Sagaysay. Nitura, after that broken play, will still score for Adamson, and the Adamson crowd are loving it. 2020 is our score. We are at another deadlock after that sharp kill there by the team captain. Saina Nitura continues to kill and deliver for Adamson. In the meantime, NUNS will have the timeout. All 20 is our score, and let me tell you, this is only our game 1, but our players and our teams are really putting up quite a show here inside the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center in San Juan. Both teams really not letting this game go. 20-all is our score. First 2 sets were in favor of Adamson, and MG Del Moral is making things happen along with Saina Nitura and Sam Cantada of Adamson. They closed down that lead by NU. In the meantime, after that timeout by Coach Norman, let's see how NU will try to answer back. But Saina Nitura will score right away. 21-20 brings back the momentum in Adamson. This team captain is not letting this game go just yet. They are looking for a sweep here. First 2 sets were in their favor after all, and MG Del Moral is at the service line. 21-20 is our score. dug up better. First ball there by NU. Cernece will give it a go. Del Moral with that first ball. This time Segi from the opposite, but dug up by NU. Cernece will try to tip. And a chance here for Marsh. Tudao. Another one-man block. And just like that, Adamson is now 2 points ahead. And the fans of Adamson are up in their seats right now, really loving the run so far here by the San Marcelino squad, and it's all because of those efforts so far. Talk about that block earlier, and MG Del Moral continues to serve for Adamson as they are now in a 2-0 run here so far after that timeout. Let's see how NU will try to answer back. They give it back to Dailisen, but dug up by Adamson. This time Itura will give it another go. Solid net block defense there by NU. Celine Marsh with that effort. Great effort by NU saving the ball. A chance here for Adamson now. Sagaysay to Tudao, but well read by the blockers of NU. Nitura with that off-the-speed attack. Another long rally from both their teams. Really proving to us they are not letting this game go. And Saina Nitura conquers that rally. Take a look at our crowd. They are loving it. Saina Nitura continues to score for Adamson. Really great execution. Despite two blockers in front of her, still making a point for Adamson. 23-20 is our score. First two sets were in their favor. And MG Del Moral is still serving for Adamson. These seniors of the Adamson squad really doing great contributions so far. Really proving to us they are making the most of their final year here in the UAAP. In the meantime, Cernece will score. Cernece. This, I believe, is her first point here in today's game. And she will put a stop on that run by Adamson. And our coaches will want to make sure as a timeout will be called here. I believe this is an Adamson. We'll be back after this. Tudao and the rest of the Adamson Lady Baby Falcons on a run so far here. NUNS were able to establish an early lead here in our set number 3, but that was slowly erased by Adamson here. But NU scoring right off that timeout called by Coach JT. Cernece will give it another go, and that is down the line. Cernece scores back-to-back points for NU, stopping that run by Adamson. We gotta give it to the heart of these NU Lady Bullpups. They are not giving up just yet, especially so far. Our first 3 sets so far in today's game has been very close. And so morale is really an important aspect here. Unfortunate service error there by Robbie Filia, and that would bring Adamson to a match point here. Again, Adamson fans are up in their seats. They are at the edge of their seats, really holding on. They want to keep their 12-0 record clean here. Meanwhile, NUNS still not letting this go as Marsh. And a chance here for Adamson. Sagaysay will set it, of course, to Nitura, but dug up by Miranda. Cepada will set it back to Cernece. And Cernece saves another point here for NU. 3 straight points for Cernece, who just came in this third set. And still make things happen here for NUNS. And of course, our Adamson and NU squad celebrating after our intense matchup so far. And in the meantime, Coach JP Yude will call on this timeout. Tagaysay and the Adamson Lady Baby Falcons currently at match point, but after that point by Lotser Neche, and Coach JB just wants to make things sure here and calls on that timeout. In the meantime, Lotser Neche, who scored 3 straight points for NU, will send this ball in. Again, NU really not letting this game go just yet. And of course, Ina Natura asked for the ball for a touch here, but according to our referee, that goes outside. And so our Coach JP Yude will call on a challenge here. Ina Natura was quite sure there was a touch there. Again, Adamson is after all in their match point, while NUNS just trailing behind by 1 point. So each point matters here. And Coach JP Yude and the rest of the assistant coaches of Adamson will not call on a challenge here, I believe. And our referees are conferring for a bit. Shaina Natura will go talk to our head coach. And I believe they will save that challenge. No challenge will be called here. And 24-all is our score. And Lotser Neche is still serving for NU. Talk about grit. Talk about consistency and morale. These teams are really not giving up just yet. Shaina Natura was blocked by NUNS, and just like that, they regained back their momentum. And NU is now at set point, their first set point here in today's game. What a well read there by Miranda and Bansil there. Great turn of events so far here. Tables have turned. NU is now at set point. Unfortunately, that service error will tie back our game here, 25-all. And really, our players, both our teams, trying to stay composed. And what an intense, close game so far. 25-all. Shaina Natura will send this ball in. Miranda sets it to Dailisan, and then Dailisan will score off the block. And NUNS will be back in its second set point here in our third set. Let's take a look at that great attack there. Really targeting those arms of the blockers in front of her. And that off-the-block attack will bring NUNS to a set point here. Tagaysay this time sets it to Shaina Natura and goes down the line. Shaina Natura really keeping our Adamson crowd up in their seats after that great find. She continues to score for Adamson really when they need her the most. And Tidao with the service, her Necha with our first ball. Marsh will give it a go, but dug up by Segi. 1-2 play. Tagaysay brings back Adamson to match point. What a game from both our teams. Great exchange, push and pull, and now really proving to us why this is the top rivalry here in the girls division. Meantime, Miranda will set it to Serneche. Unfortunately, that would go straight to the net. And ladies and gentlemen, game 1 of our finals will go in favor of Coach JP Yude and his squad, the Adamson Lady Baby Falcons. And the girls are really celebrating, taking the time to huddle here. What a close event. And these girls have really proven so much spirit and grit and passion from both our teams. And we have showed some great executions here. We have heard a lot from Shaina Nitura, their team captain, and Sam Cantada, their rookie, and of course, Faye Sagaysay, their playmakers, and a lot of seniors as well. We have MC Del Moral, and ladies and gentlemen, Adamson and Lady Baby Falcons will bring home set number 3. Let's take a look first on what happened so far. And just like those first 2 sets, both teams showed off a great start here with an intense push and pull. And NUNS started with a dominating attack here, but come the middle, Adamson was able to pull away more, establishing more consistent plays and defense as well. And at the end, however, Adamson was the one who able to maintain and keep their momentum in their favor. And Shaina Nitura and the rest of the Lady Baby Falcons will bring home Game 1 of our finals. Let's take a look at our score here, 25-23, 25-20, and 28-26 in that extended first set. But again, we still give credit to our NUNS for what a play here. So much intense push and pull from both our teams, and of course leading the Adamson Lady Baby Falcons to their win number 1 here in our final series is none other than their team captain, Shaina Nitura. Unang-una, Shaina, congratulations.
Thank you po.
What a well-deserved win. Let's talk about the game first. Simula set 1 hanggang set 3, ano yung nakatulong sa inyong team na panindigan at panghawakan yung inyong panalo ngayong araw?
Feeling ko po ang pinaka-pinanindigan namin is yung pinag-usapan namin na consistency. Kasi napansin namin tuwing kalaro namin ng NUS, diesel kami, bumababa kami, tumataas kami, tas aangat na naman ulit. So ang pinaka-pinag-usapan namin talaga is consistency. Isinachallenge namin yung sarili namin na kung kaya idiretso hanggang pataas ng pataas per set, gawin. Yun po talaga yung pinanghawakan namin lahat.
And as you mentioned nga, Shaina, this is not your first time facing against Adamson. This is your third time already. Ano gaano ka-importante yung naging panalo nyo ngayong araw in preparation for your Game 2 in this final series?
Feeling ko po yung pinaka-importante, yung difference from the last games po is grabe yung tapak ng buong team, yung puso na gusto is straight set. Kasi feeling ko ito yung pinakamagandang laro namin against NU kasi naging consistent kami, hindi namin binitawan. Percent, laging inaangat yung game kahit bumababa yung iba, tinutulungan pa rin iangat. Kasi nga, pinag-usapan din po namin na i-surrender lahat kay God kasi with Him, wala pong impossible things na pwedeng mangyari.
At syempre, Shaina, naiuwi nyo yung pinaka-importanting panalo ngayong araw. At ikaw, ang player of the game, may gusto ka bang batiin sa mga nanonood sa atin ngayong araw?
Gusto ko lang po batiin yung Adamson community, yung Akari, yung mga parents ko po, si Mama, yung mga kuya ko, yung mga ate ko, yung bunso po namin, and yung mga tita ko po na nanonood ngayon, and yung tita ko po sa ibang bansa na lagi po sumusuporta kahit nasa ibang bansa po sila. And syempre, special mention po sa teammates ko, sa coaches ko, kasi kung hindi rin dahil sa kanila, hindi kami mananalo ngayon.
And with that...
Ay, sorry po. Syempre,
okay,
ang pinaka-number 1 po is si God. Yun po.
And with that, Shaina, again, congratulations on a very well-fought win today. Ladies and gentlemen, Shaina Nitura, our player of the game, leading the Adamson Lady Baby Falcons to their win number 1 here in our final series. But our action-packed girls' final series is not yet over. We would like to invite you more in our upcoming games on February 12th, still here at Phil Oil Eco Oil Center at 1 p.m. Boys Finals Game 3 and a 3 p.m. Girls Finals Game 2 on February 12th. Thank you so much for tuning in, and don't miss out on the action for more of the UAAP Season 86 High School Volleyball Tournament. This is Addison Cole. Thank you so much, and see you next time.